Yo guys, what is going on? It is Invin here, and today what I am bringing to you all is a very quick guide on the fastest ways that you can earn yourself some PvP experience in New World. Now obviously for those of you that haven't played since the May update yet, the Arenas update, this did introduce the brand new PvP tracks to New World, and a lot of you guys will probably be wanting to level them up as fast as you possibly can. So this video is going to cover the fastest method, which if you can tell from the video is of course Great Cleave, but I'm also going to go into some good alternative areas, as this one has been pretty heavy, at least on my server, and I know a lot of you guys have been saying in the comments, where should I go if this is, you know, kind of crowded because there's a lot of players. I'm also going to cover the other methods of PvP and how much they kind of give you, as well as a couple of things to watch out for so that you don't fall into these traps. So firstly, jumping straight into it, like I said, Great Cleave, and the right side outpost, the Eastburn outpost here, is the first place that we're going to be looking at. Now, this one is a really good location to grab the PvP quests from for any faction, which is why you can see this crazy amount of players in this area, and essentially they're very close to the settlement itself. So what you're going to do is you're going to run from this outpost over here, you're going to retrieve the asset, that will then ping you back over to this kind of little area here, and then you run that back. The other one usually takes you to this waterfall area here. You're going to go over there, loot 5 chests and run back, and the other one it can give you, at least for the Covenant, is to just preserve the area, so stay in the area for 1 minute 30 seconds. Now, a lot of you will be aware, of course, you get the Vanquish quest, which is to kill 5 or get 5 kind of medallions off the opposite factions. So that is something that you can do on the way there if you do want to engage in PvP. But, you know, this can be pretty dicey, and a lot of people have been kind of kind to each other, letting each other go past and do the quests. So if you want to be the person to start a PvP, that's up to you. And, of course, that's the point of these, so by all means feel free to, but for a lot of players, they're just trying to, you know, run these as quickly as possible. Now, as you guys can see on the background of my screen, an abundance of green players are running in, they're all training together, and I'm in Covenant on this server, so that's not going to be great for me if I wanted to go ahead and do these right now. So what can you do instead of running the Bite and the Great Cleave kind of area? Well, my actual second favourite area is up here at the Mountain Home Outpost. This one is a really good location, as actually it's far less crowded than the others. Obviously, you're going to have harder mobs to contest with on your run across to the place that you need to be, but the distance isn't all too dissimilar, so I'll show you guys that one right now. So if we go ahead and pick up both of these quests right here, you guys will be able to see that just over to the side, you can get this one right here, which is the Preserve, and another one that you can get is to Sanctify the area just in front of the Fast Travel, which is maybe 400-500 meters, similar to the Bite. Now, the one problem you do get is, of course, this enemy intelligence one right here. You guys will be able to see this is in the center of Merkgard. So this one you can actually sneak in and grab sometimes if it's been recently cleared, but it's not as consistent as the Bite, hence why players don't tend to do this one as much. However, you can quite freely run the Preserve one, and when you get the Sanctify one as well, you can go over there and grab those very easily, and they are, again, a lot of XP and some really good PvP experience. Now, again, it's worth doing these in the endgame zones, but you'll know that Ebb & Skill, Reach, and Reekwater are very long for these quests, so these are definitely the two I'd recommend. Great Cleave is by far the most consistent way, but if it is really crowded and you're not too fussed about doing it the most efficient way possible, then Shattered Mountains is a good alternative. Now, one thing that is super crucial when you are doing these to get the most PvP experience, or going forward to show you guys some of the other methods, one thing you really want to make sure that you can do if, you know, you've got the capacity to do it on your server, if your team is working together, your faction, is grab this fort down here in Reekwater. You guys will see on screen it says the global PvP experience bonus plus 5%. Now, just under the camera, if I hover over this little exclamation mark, it means that it increases the amount of PvP experience gained by 5%, and that is for everybody in your faction. So right now you can see that the Marauders controller on my server, we need that to be Covenant for me to be able to get the extra bits of PvP experience, and although it's only 5%, it's not going to matter too much if you can't get on it, but if you can get on it, it does help and it does build up over the quests that you're going to be running. Now, of course, the next best way to level it up is the 3v3 arenas. The reason this isn't the top way is because they can be inconsistent on the time. Some take a long time, some take less. Sometimes you'll win like 2-2 and then it'll be down to the final one, and they just take a little bit of time, and if you lose that, it's 250 XP, which is not that great. If you win, 750 is pretty good, but yeah, this is a decent alternative. I like to run them kind of in sync, so I'll be running the quest, waiting for a match, go into the match, do that, run a couple of quests, then queue for another match, etc. Just keep mixing it up, but that's my personal preference performance, obviously, it's up to you guys what you do, but this is a decent one. Outpost Rush isn't bad, but obviously the games are a lot longer. However, if you're doing things like going for your gypsum daily anyway, so you're going to be running these, it's not going to be harmful to do a few of these, and if you enjoy the longer form game mode, I would certainly recommend it. Now, obviously, as well, the wars are a really good source of PvP experience. However, they come up once, twice a week, maybe, for your particular company, and then you've got to be able to get into the war, and it's not accessible to everybody, so I would say stay clear of trying to figure that one out to be the best method. It's not the greatest. And obviously open world PvP and fort capping is really good. However, make sure, this is the one thing I talked about at the start with some loopholes and things, make sure that you're not purposely trading kills with players, and make sure that you're not trading fort captures with other companies or other, you know, factions as a whole. This is bannable. It was updated on the forums earlier, so make sure you're not doing it. If you do get caught, you will be banned. So just a big heads up for that one. No one on my server that I've seen has been doing this, but I have heard reports other servers have been doing it, and, you know, just steer away from it. It's not worth it. If, however, you can go out and capture the fort and someone doesn't contest you and then they recapture it, that's just the course of nature of PvP, so that's fine. And, you know, going out and purposely saying, let's duel and see who wins, and then the person gets the PvP XP is fine, as long as you don't, you know, trade the kills, so I'll let you kill me once, then you, etc., and we'll swap over, and none of that ness. So, going out and PvP and running the PvP quest in an area that you want to take is also more incentivized now, so that's great, but the best method by far, Great Cleave, going into the Eastburn outpost here, running the PvP missions up to the Bite and back, you'll see a whole host of players here, and then failing that, Shattered Mountains. So hopefully you guys have found this video useful and informative. Hopefully it helps you to level up your PvP track super quickly. If you've got any other great methods that I didn't mention here, or anywhere that you'd like to run PvP quests that seems to be uncontested and is getting you a lot of XP, do drop it in the comments down below, but these are the best ones that I've personally tested over the past couple of days since the release of this update. But other than that, guys, that's going to be it. So if you did enjoy, please make sure that you drop a subscribe if you haven't already done so, and drop me a like on today's video, as both of those things massively help to support me and my content here on the channel, so I would really appreciate that. And other than that, I will catch you again very shortly on a brand new upload. So thanks for watching, thanks for your time, take care, and peace.